New news show News Now means news now. There might be a hedgehog in the garden, and I need to buy Marmite, but I keep forgetting. Good evening and welcome to News Now. I'm Wilfred. With our top story tonight, here's Wilfred wearing a hat. Wilfred? Thanks, Wilfred, not wearing a hat. The Oxford English Dictionary defines news as newly received or noteworthy information, especially about recent events. Well, have I got news for you? There's a new news show, News Now, and you're watching it now. Back to you, Wilfred, not wearing a hat. Thanks, Wilfred, wearing a hat. We'll keep you updated with more news on the news show as news rolls in. In our second item tonight, we have unconfirmed reports that there may be a hedgehog in the garden. On the scene is Wilfred. Wilfred, what can you tell me about the garden population?
Farts. Yeah.
It appears we're having some problems with sound on our outside broadcast unit. We'll return to this story when we're able. In our next item... Chefs all over the flat are reporting that Marmite levels are getting dangerously close to zero. Wilfred was supposed to buy some, but... Wait. I'm hearing that we can go to our outside broadcast now. Wilfred, can you hear me?
Yes, Wilfred in the studio. I can hear you now.
What can you tell us about these reports of a hedgehog in the garden?
Thanks, Wilfred in the studio. This is Wilfred in the garden, reporting from the garden. And I can tell you there is not a hedgehog. There may have been a cat, but it's run off now. We tried to reach Mrs. Tiggerwinkles for comment, but she's not answering her tiny, tiny door. Back to you in the studio, Wilfred in the studio.
Thanks, Wilfred in the garden. Truly a nerve-wracking day for Beatrix Potter fans. Back to our story from earlier. Wilfred wearing a hat. What can you tell me about current Marmite levels? Well, Wilfred, it appears I was supposed to buy Marmite last time I went to the supermarket. Marmite was written on the list, but something happened in the supermarket and there was no Marmite in the basket when I got to the till. We don't know at this time whether I decided not to buy Marmite or whether I simply forgot. Thanks, Wilfred. Residents of the flat have made calls for Wilfred to go back out to the supermarket just to buy some Marmite. More on this story as it comes in. And finally, viewers of YouTube are getting a laugh out of Wilfred's videos. They can be found at www.youtube.com/quixoticjackalope. His japes and jives are providing hours of fun, and he's promised the public he's definitely not a lizard person. Well, that's a relief. That's all from News Now. Good night.